Welcome back everyone to week 6 on graphics. You made it. Now we've learned how to clean data, how to prepare it, how to combine data, how to provide some basic tables. Now things are getting a little bit more fun and prettier. We're going to produce some graphics. There are 2 sessions on graphics, week 6 and then week 7. And today we're actually going to produce some very simple basics. I'm going to explain the basic grammar on how to do graphics and actually explain a little bit how to choose the right figure or graphic that you want. Next week then we're going to get into making graphs a little bit more advanced and fine-tuning them and actually making them a little bit prettier, right? And then the week after that we're going to get into producing beautiful maps. So let's start. We have section 7 here, which is week 6 in the online course. The links, as always, are provided in the description. First off, let's think about choosing a graph, which is not a trivial question, actually. There's so many options out there, and you need to think very carefully before starting to graph something. What is it that you actually want to communicate, right? And there are generally 4 different types of graphs that you want to be producing. So one is actually a comparison between populations or variables. The other purpose is a distribution, showing how a variable is distributed, how a population is distributed according to certain characteristics. The third one is a composition, how a certain sample is made up. The fourth one is a relationship between 2 variables. Now, all of that may sound quite complex. I provided here a graphic that guides you through the different choices. So the first real decision that you're facing is, what is your objective? What do you want to show, right? And that already gets quite complex. The second decision is whether time matters, right? Do you have a time dimension in your data? Let's say months or years, right? You have information about countries and you have them from 1990 to 2020. You clearly have a time dimension here. Maybe you want to show some progress or some time trend over time. So this is really important because it's going to sort of drive the choice of graph that you have. Now, third, you want to think about what types of variables am I wanting to display. So are these categorical? Are these continuous, metric? Are these binary, right? It's gonna influence what type of statistics you can visualize and how you can compare them. So I want to take you to this website here, which is called the R Graph Gallery. It's a fantastic website and it provides you with a lot of inspiration on different types of graphs that exist and already provides you some code on how to prepare them. We have, for example, on distributions, violin plots, density plots, histograms, box plots, and ridge plots. Actually, we're going to produce all of them in this week and next week, except I think for the density plot. We have graphs that visualize correlations, like a scatter plot, which we're also going to learn how to do. We have bar plots, parallel plots, lollipop plots, which we're also going to cover in this course. We have, what else? Donut plots, dendrograms, pie charts, and we have here some time trend, evolution trends, like a line plot, which we're also going to do, stacked area plots, and so forth. And lastly, we also have maps, different types of maps, and we're going to get into that in 2 weeks from now. Something that is really special about R is that it can also turn your graphics into interactive figures, right? That users can either manipulate or click on or browse over, and then a certain statistic appears. You can animate graphs. Unfortunately, we won't cover this in this course, but if you like this week and next, this is something maybe you want to explore in the future because it's a lot of fun. And if you're exporting to a homepage or a blog or you want to create a meme, for example, there are really interesting and fairly easy applications here that R provides. All right, let's get back to the course. We're going to start off first with the simple grammar of ggplot, which is our main package that we're going to be using for producing graphs in R. And we're first going to cover graphs for one variable only, and then for two variables. And for the one variable, we're going to look at categorical variables, and we're going to look at continuous variables. And for two variables in one chart, we're going to look at all the possible combinations: categorical with categorical variables, categorical with continuous variables, and continuous with continuous. So what this corresponds to is a simple bar chart, a box plot, a histogram, and then various variants of group bar charts and stacked bar charts. And lastly, we're going to look at a scatter plot and a line plot. So lots to cover today. Let's get going.